जय हिंद एवरीबॉडी, वेलकम टू चैनल डिफेंस टॉकेट। इंडियन नेवी ने लॉन्च कर दिया है ऑपरेशन ऊर्जा सुरक्षा, जिसका मोटिव ये है जितने भी अपने कार्गोज शिप्स हैं उनको सेफली इंडियन मैरीटाइम बाउंड्री में लेके आना। अब ये इशू इसीलिए अराइज हुआ बिकॉज स्ट्रेट ऑफ हर्मीज, जो कि एक कॉमन एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रूल है फॉर द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन पर्पस ऑफ द ऑयल फ्रॉम द गल्फ कंट्रीज, अभी एक तरह का रिस्ट्रिक्शन पर है बिकॉज ऑफ अ डिस्प्यूट बिटवीन ईरान, इजराइल एंड यूएस। अब हम समझते हैं कि जो ऑपरेशन ऊर्जा है, इसका काम ये है कि इट हैव टू ब्रिंग सेफली ऑल दी फ्लैग कार्गो शिप्स। अब हमने इसमें अपने 5 वॉरशिप्स डिप्लॉयड किए हैं मेजरली बाय द इंडियन नेवी, वेयर देयर वर्क इज टू ब्रिंग बैक ऑल द इंपॉर्टेंट कार्गो शिप्स हियर। अब स्ट्रेट ऑफ हर्मीज इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज ये एक तरह का आपका पैसेज है विच इज अ वेरी नैरो पैसेज बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स स्ट्रेटेजिक पोजिशन। आप अगर देखेंगे, सो ईरान इज लाइंग इन द नॉर्थ एंड एट द बॉटम इज इन द साउथ इज ओमान एंड इन द फ्रंट and just opposite to it that is UAE. So it is just like a check post point where all the cargo ships have to go through it. So if any of the OPEC country is supplying the oil, it is one of the common route for them. अब हुआ ये कि वेस्ट एशिया के कॉन्फ्लिक्ट के कारण ये रूट ईरान ने स्टक किया। वो उसने इसीलिए किया बिकॉज ऑफ द वट एवर द थिंग्स वर हैपनिंग हियर इन दैट रिगार्ड। अब हमें ये समझने की जरूरत है देन what is specifically going to happen if this route is being blocked. If this route is being blocked, it is going to disrupt your whole oil chain. Why? Because it is a strategic position. In this strategic position, Iran, Oman, UAE, they are playing the important role, and we can say that if any of these countries one day decided we want to choke it, this route, you can think like that in the other global countries, the supply or the prices is going to increase. जैसे हम कह सकते हैं कि महंगाई बढ़ जाएगी क्योंकि आपका पेट्रोल पे डिपेंडेंस है, यू हैव कुकिंग गैस, यू हैव एनी मेनी अदर थिंग्स जो कि आपके पेट्रोलियम प्रोडक्ट से रन की जाती है। तो आपका एनर्जी रूट, आपका जो एनर्जी सोर्स है, अगर वो डिस्टर्ब होता है तो आपकी इकोनॉमी डिस्टर्ब हो सकती है। नाउ हियर द स्ट्रेट ऑफ हर्मीज, व्हाई इट इज सो इंपॉर्टेंट, व्हाई इट इज मैटर्ड फॉर अस। फर्स्ट थिंग, इट इज अ 33 kilometer narrow width. And here you can think like that 20% of global petroleum, 20% is a very big amount, is going through this route. So if I say one day anybody is going to choke this checkpoint, so it can happen like many of the exporters like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, then Qatar, UAE, they will see that it is going to affect not only their economy but also the economy of the country जिन्हें वो supply कर रहे हैं। So अभी geopolitical tension के कारण इस trade को बहुत इफेक्ट रहा है बिकॉज अगर कंटिन्यूस ऐसे जियोपॉलिटिकल फ्लैश पॉइंट्स रहे, so ultimately international diplomacy, military strategy has to come along to resolve this dispute. Even the route is very narrow because of that reason, तो restricted shipping lanes रहती हैं that one day one ship is going from the one end to the other और दूसरे दिन जो दूसरी ships है वो वहां से आती है। So that is also one of the factor and of course it is having a strategic sensitivity. So इसी कारण से global oil market पे इतना इफेक्ट हुआ। So Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, UAE, they were one of the leading oil production and exporters also, sending the oil to many other countries, and India is also one of the part. इसीलिए राज्यसभा में during the speech our prime minister mentioned there can be the situation like COVID, but hope with what is the current scenario happening here, there is a peace plan have been brought out here, but we have to see in regard because right now Iraq, if Iran is clearly saying that we are going to let the non-hostile ships to go away, but definitely they are saying we are going to put a face sanction for the future perspective because it is our route, and definitely if anybody is going against our country, we will be working on that. So now Operation Urja. So now Operation Urja, who is having a strategic deployment. So now understand this one thing. When we decided to put our 5 frontline warship is a very critical aspect to put on. So why we do that? We do it just to protect our energy interest. Definitely you have to think one thing. We are not taking anybody's side. We are being neutral on that aspect. And this is how Indian diplomacy have been along here for a very long period of time. Now, when we are saying this aspect, kindly understand this one thing. That is this important for your country that these deployments which have been here, it is going to affect any international politics? So yes, it is affecting already. We know that already energy security disruption have been here, even started. Now the prices of the petrol has started to rise specifically, and even there is shortage of the LPG gases, and people are now moving to the induction, and even the industries, manufacturing, retail, everyone is now into attention because they are completely dependent on that. Of course there are other energy sources as well, but yes, a heavy dependence is there of every country on that resources. Definitely one thing, nations uses the access to this trade, so diplomatic leverage is going to come here. The one who is having good relation, they will be supported here. So one who is not having, they will be going to affect for a long run. And military posture, naval presence is there to protect our interests because our maritime boundary are also coming in that. So if you understand one thing, now the Strait of Hormuz is becoming one of the important topic if you're going for any examination perspective as well. And strategic importance is not only on the context of being the global route for the oil transportation, but also now coming with the highlight that if this route is being blocked, are we having any other alternative? This is what we have to think in that regard. So, as a conclusion, it is a critical maritime choke point. So, if this is being affected with conflicts of the West Asia, because we know that Iran, Israel, they have a very long run and in a past. We can say that rivalry, and this rivalry is because of many aspects, Hezbollah and many aspects come along here with that regard. But when Iran is affected, it have just pointed and it has tried not only to affect Israel directly or the US 5, but it has also thought on the perspective that it is causing to its neighboring countries also the effect during the time of that war. So we hope that soon this is being settled out between the countries, and we all know that how important is the operationalizing of State of Hormuz is for us and many other countries who is having dependence, because we will be not now moving towards supplying or giving the oil to the other countries, because right now the relevance is for our own country. So I hope this video was knowledgeable for you. Jai Hind.